Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Barcast TV. It is March 13th, 2024. Today is a very special day. We're going to take a look at the registered 5v5 teams and maybe make some predictions, but more importantly, the follow-up is going to be a little bit of scouting. So I've got some replays downloaded and we're going to be looking at some of these players that I'm interested in seeing their styles perhaps. So first things first, we're here in the 5v5 Discord for the upcoming tournament. If this is something you're interested in participating or watching, it's going to be a pretty cool event. I know it's got a really great prize pool and some very competitive teams, so I'm pretty excited for this and to play it myself. So pretty hyped, guys. Thanks for putting it on. So registered teams. We have here in the highest position on the leaderboard, a MILF. Meow is looking, Fauna, Austin, Stardom, Mom's Boy Toy, and Neza. Pretty strong team. Then we have Barcode, Ragnamality, Jash Cash, Trash Panda, LSR. Pretty sick. Let me turn this music down a little bit. AFF, Chisato, Inda Club, Amir, Hellshound, Skag, Raiko. Don't Ban Cheap, Teddy, Kazumi, Lost Deadman, Blow Deer, Narnuk. This team looks fairly strong for 4th place, right? We have TL, not sure who they are. The Leftovers, right? And they ended up with a really good team, right? Zekar's Flash, 8D is low. Taku is a backup. Again, Juro, I'm not sure who that is. I think we're just out of here. Yeah, Time Zone Nightmares. This is my team. Here we are. Sabotage, X Factor, Coochie Shocks, and myself. We have pro teams. So I don't know how we're rated higher than these guys, but look at this little duo here. Andy Daywalker. Of course, they were in the finals of the most recent 2v2 tournament. So together they're just a solid foundation for a team. And then we have a lot of I guess maybe more B-tier teams. I don't mean to discourage or disparage any of you guys, but I mean, if we're making predictions, you could say oh, who's gonna win it, right? Or what does top 3 look like? That's a great question. I want to put Barcode in it as a contender. I know they actually prepare for their matches, so should be bringing some good stuff. Inda Club's played a lot of games, so is Chisato, so and of course he just won BPL, so maybe in the finals would be AFF first Barcode. Let's say that. And I'm not sure if it's a best of 7 or a best of 5, but say if it's a best of 5. Barcode 3-2, really close. Either one could take it, right? But hopefully it goes to game 5. So that out of the way. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what I actually wanted to talk about. And that is some replays. So I think I might have messed this up in grabbing a bunch of 8v8s. Well, sorry, 3 5v5s, 1 8v8. And I wanted to look at Austin specifically. I know he's in some of these games, and yeah, that's about it. So let's start on this new Whitefire remake. Let's take a look at this. So actually a 5v5. One of these replays has most of the #1 team in it. Let me double check these replays that I got. I know one of them has Austin, MBT, and Neza. So the 3 Hello Boys from the #1 ranked team. So as far as scouting what the 5v5 version of them playing together would look like, I think this is sufficient. So I'm hoping in the next coming days to do some more of these scouting videos. So I'll try my best to find some of the teams, air quotes, practicing together. That might not be the case for all these teams. Being able to practice, I think a lot of them are just kind of practicing individually. But as far as single player styles goes, Austin's very strong, of course. He's way up there on the team game leaderboard. And yeah, let's take a look here. So I'm going to blow through these pretty quickly. Hopefully this video doesn't run too long, but yeah, let's see. So we're on Whitefire 5v5. Austin spawning here in the top left. Opening, 2 mechs, 2 wind turbines, mechs, 2 wind turbines, okay. Pretty cool to see on a 14 wind speed map. Wind's dropping right now, so he's adding a fifth wind turbine to get this ARM bot lab out. It's interesting. What do we go? 3 ticks. 1, 2. I guess we're stalling on E right now. No solar collectors, interesting enough. And then 3 ticks, Lazarus, 2 cons. Lazarus comes back here. We're still adding on E with our commander, assisting the factory. First con comes out, grabs those mexes. Had an idle lab there for a second, not a big deal. So I'm just going to pause this and recap what happened. I didn't look at what the ticks did. Maybe they're around here. Is this Austin's ticks? Yeah, it is. So he's defending himself with the ticks he made, but he went 3 ticks, Lazarus, 3 cons, 2 ticks, into like 15 pawns. Interesting. Let's slow this down a bit. So still adding on E. Haven't moved out of the main base with the commander yet. Interesting, like a little transport meta there with Zydeco coming up to the front line. And we get this early construction turret. Maybe I should back this up to find out exactly when he did that. But we're 320. I'd call it like 3 minutes he put that down. Maybe a little earlier. And then immediately goes into an anti-air tower with his commander. Perhaps I'm sensing some kind of move out here. And then, of course, scaling energy production here. Getting this nice forward radar. So you actually get the coverage down the hill. Pretty cool to see. And there's basically pawns on repeat. Trying to fix some E issues. Adding an energy converter here already. Call that like 345. So the first 2 cons expanded. Third con came out, added the construction turret, scales E. A 4th con comes out. I'm sure that was just going to be assisting the factory, but it's adding energy converters right now. Moving right along. So this is pretty tidy early game, right? Didn't die, didn't lose much. Got radars out. Replaced the commander's build power with the construction turret, right? So this is all great stuff. And then moving forward in your lane with the commander. Nothing like groundbreaking here to look at, but knowing, maybe we'll pick up on some patterns here. So moved into rocket bot production. And we have an idle factory at the moment. No, we don't. We're just, excuse me, churning out these rocket bots. Inching forward with the commander, adding on radars and LLTs, maybe repairing where we can. We've got the flank covered with the fast-moving pawns, and we have the pressure with the commander, right? Something I get wrong in a lot of games. Something I got wrong in a lot of my games is not being close to my, like, where the fight's going to be with my commander to repair these, like, high-value units. So, something I've been trying to improve on. Ended up winning his lane, it looks like it, with the rocket bots. I mean, look at these 2 standing armies, right? We have 11 rocket bots versus a 1 single rocketeer. Sorry, Zydeco. Even some Lazarus out. Do we have any build queue? So, okay, he just clicked it. He just queued up 15 rocketeers. At some point, he made a couple of extra Lazarus. I mean, we had the one from the early game. We scooped up all the E on the high ground. Let's take a look back at the main base. I've kind of been tunnel visioned on the fight rate, but hey, we have a little extra money, so we added another construction turret, and we only made 3 of these E converters before adding more wind with our 4th construction bot. So something to pick up on is just these lines with the wind turbines, no grids. All right, fair enough. We capped all our mixes around us, and we're just really trying to win our lane. So no transition, nothing like that. Just making rocket bots and being at the front with your commander. So nothing's going to beat that. Is there any kind of like transition? That's kind of what I'm looking for before we move into the next game. Stacking pawns even. No anti-air, I see. Shrew can step forward. Same with some blitzes, actually. That's kind of scary. Nothing groundbreaking here. Just adding on construction turrets. Yeah, he just is just the same for construction bot, right? So it stays on that amount of build power. It seems like we have a lot of metal in the bank, so that's why I'm like kind of looking for something here. Just walking past these uncapped mexes, it's kind of fun. Really nice play though, very solid. Anything on repeat yet? No, just all clicking in these couple extra Lazarus. Nice trade there, cleaning up all those tanks. Just feeding the reclaim field. And we're backing up here, still on 500 metal. No transition yet. I see an energy converter in the main base. Sorry, excuse me, energy storage. Love to see that. And here we go. Overwhelming pawn advantage doesn't go over the hill, but doesn't need to, right? So he's just going to sack the commander to get up the hill. Wow, what a beautiful trade. Gets the whole army and everything. So that's what you got to watch out for. Okay, so I mean, this is really strong play. I'm going to pause it here and move on to the next replay, but just solid fundamentals, right? Like spending your not spending your metal, sorry. Probably could have gotten a I don't know what you're waiting for, but we'll wait a few more seconds. But he like has this great T1 composition, you know, he's got like pawns, rocket bots, anti-air, Lazarus in the back. Sacked the commander at the right time, so really pulling X Factor back. Forcing Zhao to bring up his commander. On 4 construction turrets, just spitting out pawns, right? So maybe he's saving this metal for some kind of transition, or see, finally we have, okay, here we are, forward bot lab, forward vehicle lab off of a construction turret. So that's what we move into. Pretty solid play. I mean, he's won the left side pretty hard. So let's move into the next replay. Yeah, nuclear winner. So looking at the format for the tournament, it's best of 3s in the qualifiers, right? And certain maps can't be banned because they serve as the tiebreaker in each series. So what are those maps for what days? Group stage. Okay, here we go. For every round, certain maps can't be pan-bic as it serves as the decider map. So qualifier semifinals, okay. Altward Valley, qualifier losers finals, Whitefire, and qualifier grand finals, Nuclear Winter. So here we are. If you make it to the grand finals, your third game is going to be on this map as a 5v5. Who knew? Hey, shout out Koopy. So here we are. We have our man Austin spawning in this forward position. So this is something I was eager to watch this replay to see how he makes a play for this hill, if at all. So take a sip of coffee, speed it up a little. So yeah, pretty same open. We're on a wind map, air quotes, 2 mexes, 2 wind turbines. Wind's really cooking right at 60E, so he felt confident enough to add on this bot lab here. 2 more wind turbines. Nothing queued up just yet. Okay, so we go con first. That's not out of the ordinary. Into a bunch of pawns. Okay, then we're adding on E. First pawn just immediately goes to the hill. Mex. No LLTs or anything. And his lane opponent is Goopy. Oh, that's interesting. So there's... Sorry, excuse my ignorance on this map, but there's a little bit of reclaim here in the very dead center, 384. That's not a negligible amount, especially in the early game. So the tick gets cleaned up. I like this open. 1 column into 5 pawns. Now it's 2v1 in the middle, so definitely force an engagement here. Shoo his opponent away. We're light on energy. I'm wondering why he's not scaling E. Okay, there we go. A couple more wind turbines coming up. And the air first out of Zhao is going to show up. Okay. So with one paralyzer drone, is that... Yeah, so immediately pulls back, right? So he's going to lose 2 of those pawns. Here comes a transport. Is he looking for the con? Oh, yeah. Look at this nasty play from Zhao here. So paralyzer drone into Hercules. Thank you. I'll take that. Does that stop the energy production if you put a paralyzer drone on a metal extractor? How long would that take to pay for itself? Sorry, I'm curious to know. 58 metal. What do these produce? 2.1. So 58 divided by 2. All right, 25 plus 4, 29 seconds. About, maybe a little less. Ah, grabs the con. That's wild. So Goopy wins the hill off of the back of an air first open from Zhao. You know, this is really fun because going paralyzer drone Hercules is, was that 58 plus 74? It seems like better than making an air con, right? It's like this is the awkward part about opening air first. I feel like is you don't have this con to like scale E, expand, add the construction turret, right? So this, I don't know if this is like completely viable to just fix that problem, but also really cool base SimCity here. Shout out Zhao. Goopy wins the high ground. He moves immediately forward. Austin is still in the main base with the commander. He's only made 3 cons, and the rest has been pawns. 3 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. So leaves the base not with a construction turret this time, but just 2 cons to replace the commander's build power. And then we move into rocket bot production. So maybe this is why he's always so... how should I say this? He on these wind maps, we haven't seen him make solar collector yet, and maybe he's just leaning on greeting out these wind turbines to have the extra metal to make these early rocket bots, because they are kind of a metal sink. 120 metal compared to like the pawn 58. What is the grunt, like 30 something? So wow, what beautiful D guns. Is that gonna be enough? Goopy steps forward. He wants to chase his commander down. Isn't in range, so Austin gets away. And I think it's a positive trade, because now look what happens. We have rocket bots on the front line. We can still heal with our commander's build power. You can still add on the safety LLTs. That was a beautiful trade there. Maybe he was just baiting his opponent into that. Huh. Interesting. So we're in the same position from last game, so noticing a pattern here. Arm bots, quick rocket bots, we just get not super greedy with the build power and early pawns to hold off any kind of pressure. So, and then sprinkle in these Lazarus to snowball. Yeah, immediately into resin. Okay. Zhao's commander? Oh no! That's not good. So, okay, that was wild. The fighters come in and snipe the commander. Austin instantly leaves. That's cute. It's sorry. Okay, so the game, I guess, is over for this intensive purposes. That's kind of wild, but we noticed a little bit of a pattern. So which one has the 3 of them? It might be this 8v8, but let's move into this next 5v5. Keeping this video short for you guys. We're gonna do more of these to scout out some more players. So this is something I've been meaning to do for a while, because I've been learning team games, or enjoying them maybe. And you know, there's some very talented team game players. I considered Austin among them. Here we are loading into the 3rd game. Yeah, so this is Barcast TV. Sorry if you guys enjoy this content, like the video, subscribe. It really helps me out, helps the channel grow, helps Bar grow. So that's great. And you know, I can put on some more tournaments for you guys. So if that's something you want to see, if you want to see more Bar content, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So here we are. Erebos Lakes 5v5. I like the format on this map. We're going to look at Austin again, spawning in the center position here. I think this is kind of like Navy in some regards, or his opponent spawned in the water actually to grab these two mexes. Maybe it'll work out for him. We'll see. Walk isn't too long. Didn't finish the mex. Okay, there he goes. Not a big deal. Immediately walks into the water and starts title generator. So how many titles do you need to get out of shipyard? I guess it's 2. This is something I didn't know. So, you know, I don't really spawn in the water because I don't know the answer to that. So it seems like 2 titles on 20 wind speed or 20 title speed. And then moves into wind turbine production. So what do you do? Con first. Not that far behind his opponent. Who went Dolphin first? Jesus. So Dolphin versus Con first, and a little bit of a walk. So how much does travel distance play here? Into sub immediately. Oh, wow. You can afford that, it seems. I'm wondering if he's going to move his... Yeah, okay, commander onto the central island. So this is interesting. He might lose the con, but he has 5 mexes, right? Cleans up the dolphin, maybe? Ah, it's going to get away. Nice control. Into a single herring, perhaps to defend versus paralyzer drones or harass these islands, you know, mexes. He's going to gobble up the metal, move into Riptide production. So I was thinking he was going to move over to this island and grab this metal a little more quickly, but it seems like he's content to sit in the main base and, excuse me, sit next to his shipyard and assist that. So yeah, we see him finally moving to the central island, which has so much metal on it. It's crazy. 575 right there. Woo. So we replaced the con. I'm going to try and grab these water mexes. We went sub, missile, corvette, anti-air, into frigate. Okay. It's 2 cons. And then destroyer production. So you've got the E to do it. Maybe the metal off of, what is that? 2, 4, 7 mexes and a little bit of reclaim on the map. This John Doe grabbed such a strong position here. Skipping these 2 mexes makes so much sense, actually, right? You come over here, you grab those 2, grab the reclaim, go to the middle. He actually skipped the middle reclaim. So skip the 2 mexes, skip the middle reclaim just to get to this high ground, cap these mexes, maybe steal this reclaim and add on some LLTs. I like it. I think this is why we saw the transport meta develop, is just getting to that position with your commander is better than the income of everything behind it you're skipping. So pretty ambitious forward radar. It's going to get taken out by the great range of that missile corvette. And now suddenly John Doe, your commander, is stuck. Okay, so what is this? Destroyer, 2 more Riptides. Do we have 2 of the missile trucks? No, just have 1. So what am I saying? Missile trucks, missile corvette. Oh, a commander's traded there. How did I miss that? I don't mind it though. Yeah, 2 comms. You have to dive on that. Really. Is there an air player? Interesting. No air. That was already 2-2, the madman. Got a healthy little economy there. Just straight destroyer production. Okay. Interesting. There's no way to get to that metal reclaim, so he has to leverage his navy. It's really unfortunate that run by came in and grabbed that mex. Not an easy way to replace that, but trying to find a position. So this is a great point though. It's like you know Blue's lost his commander, so you can be fairly aggressive with your navy here. And look at this. Somebody's losing land. Losing their losing their naval yard. Yeah, I mean, the destroyer's going to get out, I think, but he's going to lose everything. All the mexes, the shipyard, even denying the ship from coming out, so... A bit of a base trade, though. So that's kind of wild. And look at this. Cheeky res subs over here. So wow, what a wild game actually. Not the best for looking at. I'm thinking, I'm wondering if I should have to do like some longer videos on these to really get a feel for how people play. But so last one, we're gonna move into Rosetta, load into this game. I think this is the one where we have Mom's Boy, MBT, Austin, and Neza. Neza on the same team, so we get to see those boys. 3 of the 5 players. Excuse me. Here we are loading into game number 4 of this replay. So if you all want to see me review another player in preparation for the 5v5 tournament, let me know in the comment section. And if you guys like, you leave a couple names and however many likes, the one with the most likes next to it, I'll do that one first. So maybe you guys can let me know what you would like to see. So here we are. AD was another player I wanted to look at just because I've seen him do some cool strats really. So just for my own edification, is I think this is the wrong replay. We have got Neza here and MBT on was it Rosetta? I kind of like this map. I'm not sure if it's overplayed. It's a wind or sorry, it's a solar map, but you have a lot of geo, so we'll take a look and see between 8D. Let's do this. Between 8D and MBT, who gets up a advanced geo more quickly? Maybe Neza does actually. We'll see. Let's go through this pretty quick. So is this 3 mech start? 3 solars before vehicle plant. Okay, that's interesting. Cute little assist micro there. Is that 2 scouts into 2 cons? He's got this pocket transport to move out. Okay. Transporting a Janus immediately to the front line. Wow, that's pretty cool to see. And grabbing these mexes in the back. So, okay. Huh, no scouts, no blitzes, just immediately into Janus. And then goes up to the background. It might cost him here. Commander's going to walk forward and save that con here. So what are we? 3 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. We already have this con out and we're making our Geo. So pretty cool to see. 8D is right behind him off of a bot play. I just love keeping the commander in the main base to make these solars. Really cool solar positioning. I like this SimCity. Nice and clean. Looks good. Got 4 cons on this Geo. That's wild. Or just, what is that? A brute. It's not a brute. Pounder eating a Janus shot to the face. So more transport meta. This is pretty fascinating, MBT. You're adding get the early transport to move these Janus to the front line. Cool to see. 8D. What's that? Geo into A solars. Wow. And then already has his advanced bot lab up. What is this? 5 minutes into the game. Full E bar. Does he end up stalling on E here? It's got a contour up, a contour being made, an advanced advanced solar collector. So he can do all that. And he's reclaiming his basic solars with the 2 grave robbers to fund this T2 transition. Wow, this is something to actually study here. MBT gets the Geo up and then pops his commander now in the transport and just moves it right to his teammate Neza. I might have to rewatch this replay a little slower. I'm going to slow this down a minute. This has turned out to be a little more interesting than I thought. Same arm vehicles out of these 2 boys, and they've got 3 Janus on the front line, a couple stouts, so really high value units pretty early on. No blitzes really. I mean, there's a few over here. But look at this. 6 minutes 30 seconds. Advanced construction bot is almost finished, and then he's just gonna waddle it up over here to the Geo. Just getting some. Oh, he's gonna distribute it here. I'm surprised he didn't cap that or tap this advanced Geo. So now the question is, does he upgrade his mexes first? Looks like it. So he just taps this one and then starts moving. Taps this. No production coming out of the factory. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing on 8D here, but that's a really interesting tech open for sure. And these two guys, but like really one hard middle here. So denying this plus 10 mex is huge for your team. And they're just like piercing through mid here. So yeah, you might have a great teching build order, but I mean, is it going to cost your team to lose? BT grabs the high ground with it's 5 Janus. How do you break this, really? Such great play. Your own air player has got air superiority, so Janus can't help you retake that hill. Maybe parking some artillery here below in this little cove, and you can just shell these. You can shell those with Janus, no problem. Here comes the bombing run. Nez's commander goes down. 8 minutes, 25 seconds. This advanced Geo is almost done. Wow, that's incredible. Pretty cool play. Now, is this commander... Now, Sandwich, I think, Admiral, you had to dive there, really. You have to trade your commander here. I mean, can you even get that close to the Janus? All their turrets are turned... Oh, no, what a blunder. I think that was a big blunder there. I don't want to cast too much aspersions on this guy or whatever it's called, but... Pretty tidy play here from AT. He's got his mexes upgrading. Advanced Geos now finished. And immediately move into feed production, yeah. Super greedy here. That's just wild. Still selling mexes, selling cons. Where is this game at? Where is their techer at? So, okay, one advanced Geo. Polygons already has that finished. So not too far behind. See another advanced Geo. Almost finished here. So really wild. Just to focus on getting those up is pretty cool. And then immediately goes into a fusion reactor. What is this play? I guess I'm just playing bar totally wrong here. Yeah, going into his own air lab production here. So I think that's going to be it. Yeah, we're going to call it here. Sorry we didn't analyze Austin too hard. Now we're like missing one replay, right? But I think we caught a couple things. Now that I'm going to be doing these like scouting, I have a better feel for what to be looking for and what kind of games to grab. So hopefully the next iteration of this, maybe we'll cover a couple more players for a longer time. So hopefully y'all like this kind of format. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next replay. Thanks for watching.